My name is Atalay Franck. I'm an architect and architectural historian. I'm the Dean and Director of the School of Architecture, Design and Civil Engineering in Zurich University of Applied Sciences. Well, the path that has led me to become the Dean and the Director is like probably several similar pathways. As a matter of fact, my goal was to work as an architect in the practice, which I did for a while, but making a PhD at the Federal University of Switzerland, ETH Zurich, and then getting more involved with research somehow led me to the academic pathway. And there was a moment when the Zurich University of Applied Sciences contacted me. I was first the program director of architecture, and then eventually I got the post of the dean. Well, traditionally the architecture and civil engineering was not separated. Let me go back to the history. So the art of building and construction was one. It's a historical process that things became separated and two new professions, and now with plenty of sub-professions of the two topics and domains. And I'm very proud that we're able to keep this together in our school. It's a small school of architecture, design and civil engineering, but I think this is the past and it is the future. It's the future, especially with the problems that we have in our environment in all scales. I think the architects, civil engineers with design thinking and good constructive knowledge, that's the way to solve the problems. As a matter of fact, architecture and civil engineering should keep their core disciplinary work. But the topics really require, the problems that we're having, the challenges require a lot of interdisciplinary work. That means projects, working on projects, architects, civil engineers, and also other disciplinary expertise. They have to really come together. And interdisciplinary means you bring your perspectives, your knowledge together, and you work on the same problem from different sides. That's actually, we don't come around this. This is the future and now. So if we would stay with the traditional curriculum structure, bachelor is for the fundamentals, to understand like the main domains, topics. But the latest is the master level, where you have to work on projects. And these projects can be very much towards applied projects, applied questions, and the students' thesis work. It's a great possibility to connect to real-world problems and even work on some projects. If you're talking about soft skills, again, I would say it's the project work. When you work on a project together with others, you find out about your role, and your voice you find as well. So this is like a basic thing. And then, of course, there are some other competencies of, working with tools and methods, and this has to be probed, and you have to get inputs for that. I think that's what the schools are for. It's very important to connect and stay connected. I think as humans, we have to communicate. We have to communicate directly. And one of the best things that I have seen is to go beyond your own community, to connect to other associations, and this is overseas or also from other topics, if it's arts or engineering or the Association of the European Architecture Architects. I think this is fantastic. And then you also start learning about lobbying, what that means, who can do what, and how you can also delegate. Not always, you can't do everything on your own. Well, ELISA was actually a project of the School of Management on Law, and then followed by School of Engineering. We came into this alliance, and I'm very glad that this had happened. I know the School of Architecture, of course, since many years, but this is now a big opportunity to connect to civil engineering. Telling you the truth, I have to find out more about the other partners, but the topics I have in mind, specifically in research, but also in teaching, would be hybrid structures, That's very important. And when we talk about hybrid structures, we're talking about not only the new materials, also the traditional methods, how to renew them. That's just an example. But also the infrastructure. Well, I think one topic that came out for both is the digitalization, the digital transformation. I'm pretty sure we can do quite a number of things there. Switzerland is a small country, and we have this dual education system. And in the university, we have University of Applied Sciences and the ETHs, which are big and global players. University of Applied Sciences are very strong in practice-based teaching and applied research. So, of course, UPM is such a big school. That's a big contrast for us, and a huge possibility, of course, to connect in teaching but also in research. I think we all have the same method subject matters of the digital transformation, sustainability, but for us also the building culture is very important. And that's where architecture and civil engineering comes together, and maybe this will be a contribution to ELISA. But what might also be a fantastic thing is when the civil engineering schools really connect in teaching, education, but also in practice, then we have like 3 layers of possibilities for synergies Europe-wide, and I think that has a big potential, and it may reach out to other networks.